Hello everyone, this is a Vissim video today and the third episode for COM interface for signals series. Today I'm going to go further and create a more complex example. And in this example, what we have is I show a very simple actuation that works without detectors. So I will just use the vehicle's position to change the signals accordingly. I also show how to use messaging between the script and Vissim. Before I go on, I just say a quick thank you for everyone who subscribed or commented or liked my videos, as it helps the algorithm a lot. And also if you support me on Patreon or on YouTube as a member, I really appreciate it. Thank you. So let me just play this example. As you can see, there is a major arm. This is this one. And I have a minor arm. This is this one. As I start running it, you can see that the major arm goes to green. That's the default operation. The minor arm only goes green in this example when there is a vehicle close to the signal. You can also see that in the messaging window, I sent a message saying no vehicle found with position closer to or more than 30 on minor arm, because I just check vehicle's position, and if that position is more than 30, that means it is somewhere here. Then I switch it to green and switch this to red. Once that vehicle is gone, it goes back to the where the green is for the major and the red is for the minor. So if I keep going on with the simulation, you can see the vehicle arrives there, so it's all good, nothing happens. But another vehicle will show here in any moment. As you can see, every second I have a message. And the vehicle arrives in any moment there. And if I select that vehicle, you can see that it has an attribute called pos or position, and that is keep increasing as the vehicle goes. That is the distance from this point, the bumper, the front bumper's position. So as it keep going, there is still messaging that there is no vehicle found. But if it goes from now, when the script runs, the script will show that there is a vehicle number and its position closest to the signal on link 2 is 6. So this is my vehicle number, and this position was 34.8 when the script ran. You can see in the scripts that the period is set to 10. That means it only runs in every 10th step. So in this case, that should be every second. Yes, because I have 10 time step in every simulation second. Okay. So now, if I select the signal head, you can see that the signal group state is already green, and the signal state of the signal head will also be updated in the next whole second, so it goes green, and it goes red, that one. The vehicle leaves, and once the vehicle exits the link, the script sees it, and as you can see, no vehicle found, so the vehicle is gone, and it's back at red, and in the next whole second, the signal switches back. Okay, so on the right side, you can see the script. Again, it is in Python, and the script has a few sections, very simple ones. So here, what I do, I use a feature in COM that is called filtered by. What it does, it basically goes through all vehicles and filters them out where this is true. So that means there is a vehicle on this lane, sorry, this link. So the lane is 201. So as you can see, the vehicle has a lane attribute, and since it's on the connector now, it is 10,000. But on the link, this is 2, and the lane is 1 because there is only one lane. And you need to put the attribute into these squared brackets. And since 2, 1, this one, 2-1 is a string, should be a text or string, but that string should be within another one. That's why in Python the syntax to have this string in a string is if you use this before and this after, and the whole thing is again by these brackets set as a string. So you have this as a string, and within that string you have this. And for Vissim or Python to understand that's another string, you just need to use this syntax. Okay. If this is a speed, what you need to check, there is no need for these. You just put a number there. That is your speed if you don't do lane. Okay. And here what I do, I just have a filtered vehicles. It's like a set. I'm going just to use the word variable. It's just a thing that holds all of these vehicles. All of the vehicles that is basically a set within all. So in a case where there is one vehicle there, filtered vehicles represent only that one vehicle. If I have 2 vehicles or 3 vehicles on this lane or this link, filtered vehicle will collect all those 3 vehicles together, like as a set. Then what I do, if we have multiple vehicles on that link, and we can have multiple vehicles on that link, I want to make sure that I select the one that is the closest to the signal. In order to do that, I use two variables, max position and max position vehicle. Max position is just a number or a variable, a number that is stored, that stores the position of the vehicle with the closest position. Basically, what I will do, I will iterate through every vehicles in that set, and I always save the position, the one I check, in that max pos. And when I check the first one, I put the first ones in it. If the next vehicle has a position greater than the previous one, I update it. If the one following that has a position lower than that, I don't do anything, I keep that one. So I only change that max pos. I only overwrite it if there is a vehicle that has a greater position. And the max pos vehicle, this will represent always the vehicle that has the greatest position. So this is where this magic happens. There are loops in Python. There is one that called for. Basically, it's a loop, and it iterates through every element of that set. My set is filtered vehicles. Filtered vehicles. That comes from here. And a vehicle will represent a vehicle in it. This is just a variable name. I can call it anything I want. I just need to make sure that I use the same name here as well, and here as well. So this is just a free to choose name. So what I say for vehicle, so this is like one element in filtered vehicles. So as it understands how many elements I have in filtered vehicle set, then it in the first one goes into vehicle. Then what I say, position is vehicle's attribute value position. So I just extract the position attribute and put it into a variable called pos. Then I check if that pos is more than maximum pos. And in the first case, it will be because I initialized it at -1. So even if a vehicle just enters on the link here, it can have a position of, let's say, 0 or 0 point something, but that will always be greater than -1. Then the max position will be that position. and the max position vehicle will be the vehicle we are looking at now. Then we go back again to the for, because indentation is important in Python. So if is over like here, in this indentation, and for is here. So for will keep going back as long as there is a new element. So I check the next one if there is a next one, and let's say that we extract into pos the vehicle's attribute position again. And of course you can put this instead of there, so you can just put this whole sentence object here. It's just a bit tidier to use this variable to represent that, to refer to that attribute value. So I'm in the second vehicle, and let's say the second vehicle is at the position 20, and that's greater than maximum position of the previous vehicle, or that the position of the previous vehicle, because that was like, let's say 10. So this if condition is true. So then maximum position will take the new position of 20, and the maximum position vehicle will be the new element, the second one, and it will keep going on as long as there is a new element. Then I check this maximum position vehicle, so the vehicle that is closest to the signal. If that is not none, so it exists, because if there is a case where there is no one on this link, this for loop wouldn't run even once. So the max pos will be -1, and the max pos vehicle will be none. So it's an empty set, an empty anything. So if max pos vehicle exists and its position is more than 30, so that means there is a vehicle here that the closest vehicle on the link exists. There is a vehicle on that link, and that vehicle is at least 30 meters, has a position of 30 meters. Then I do all of this. The first is sending the message, this message. You can do that by using a log, this here. So you say vissim.log, that says you sent some message there, and this number is just an arbitrary number. It represents the type of message. As you can see, it says priority warning, and this priority has this number. You can just find these if you go to the com help and you just put log method, message priority, and here you can find. Just be aware that note, if you use this, it won't be displayed there. So that's why I just used 16384. So this represents that it's a warning priority message. Then I'll just basically send a string. So this Vissim log needs two input. One is the number that tells the priority, and the other one is basically the message you want to send. As you can see, it is rather long because I concatenate a message of vehicle number and its position closest to the signal link to is, and this is a string because it's in brackets. Then plus in Python concatenates, that means chains the script, parts of script together. And then I say max pos vehicle.addValue.number. So I just extract the maximum position vehicle, so the vehicle that is closest to that signal, and the number attribute. So let's say 6 in our previous example. str just converts that number into a string because you can only concatenate strings. Then I also add to that string or append this dash with two spaces, with a space before and a space after. So it just looks nice. And another data or an attribute value called the position. So that's why here you see is 6, then space, dash, space, and then the position. You can format these, but we can look into that in another video, but that's just the Python syntax. You can check it anywhere else. And then I changed the signal, as I showed in the previous videos, to green and the major one to red. In a case that maximum position vehicle is empty, so there is no vehicle there, or there is a vehicle, but the position is not 30 at least, then I just say no vehicle found with position more than 30 on minor run, and I just make sure that I put the signals into green and red. So it just always keeps it there. That way, it always switches back if the vehicle is gone. And there's just not to spam the message too much. I just use this period of 10. So there is like one message on every second. I know it got a bit long this time, but I hope you found it helpful or useful. You can just let me know in the comment section below if you keen to know other stuff in this topic. I will keep doing more videos and we are going to go into more details to achieve more complex codes. But thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next one.